Are you ready? Because he's ready. It's Master Jeff! Martial arts expert, instructor extraordinaire, and general clown. He's not afraid of coronavirus. He's not afraid of the bad guys. Master Jeff is not afraid of anything.
What is up, Miss Jubilee? And why ain't everybody else up, Miss Julia? And whomever else? Let's go ahead and welcome Zoe in here, like this. There is Zoe. So Zoe, Juby and I were just chatting back and forth. And Jubilee, this is not so much of a math question as it is kind of a brain puzzle. So think about this, Zoe. If you want to go on a 100-mile trip, let's just say for simplicity's sake that it's 100 miles to Fort Lauderdale, right? So in order to get to Fort Lauderdale 100 miles away, you first have to go 50 miles, right? Then it's a 50-mile trip you have left. Now you have to go 25 miles, right? Then you have to go half of that, which is 12 and a half miles. Then you have to go half of that, which is 6 1/4 miles. Then 3 1/8 miles. Then 1 5/8 miles, etc. And you keep going halfway, 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 halfway until eventually you're there. But at what point do you stop going halfway there? Sooner or later you say, okay, forget this going halfway thing. I'm just going to go all the way there. And if you can do that, why didn't you do it straight from Miami? Isn't that weird to think about?
Yeah.
It's like, when do you stop going halfway? And why can't you go, if you're going the same speed, well, you go halfway there at 60 miles an hour, you go half of that at 60 miles an hour, half of that. Can't you go this far at 60 miles an hour? So sooner or later, I mean, you can go for 1 millimeter for 60 miles an hour, beep, and then stop, then a half millimeter, beep, then a 1/4 of a millimeter, beep. And it seems like you can keep going halfway forever at any speed. So when do you just jump over and go all the way there? That's kind of weird. And if you can do it at half of a millimeter, why can't you do it at 100 miles? Strange to think about. And Jubilee just made it simple. I said, when do you stop going halfway? She said, when you get to 0.1. And I told her, but half of 0.1 is 0.05. Don't you have to go through 0.05 before you get to 0? And then half of 0.05 is 0.025. Half of that is 0.0125, etc. It's really, when you sit there and think about it, it really starts to mess with your brain a little bit. All right, enough of this brain stuff. I hope that Jubilee is still connected with us. And we're going to have to do something about this jumpy connection. I wish I was more of a connection expert, but your video on OBS is kind of jumpy. Let me look at your video on Skype. Yeah, it's still a little jumpy on Skype. I think we're just overworking the computer because the computer is bringing in your signal, which is a lot of work, bringing in video signals. And then it's got to take your signal, process it in OBS, send it out to YouTube. So I think that's just a lot of processing. Meanwhile, it's also processing my video. And I think my video is clearer because it doesn't have to go from the house to here and then out. It just goes straight from here to out. All right, so girls, I have uploaded 6 Tai Chi forms. The first video is of the entire Tai Chi form. The other 5 videos are parts 1 through 5. So I break the video down into 5 parts. And it's pretty cool. And in each video, 7 recommended that I put an end screen with a link to like the next video for people. So if you can get to video number one, like part one will have a link to part two will have a link to part three, etc. And the first one actually is the whole thing. So it goes whole thing and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So anyway, Jubilee, if you have notifications activated in your SMTKD subscription, you should be notified of those forms. And for some reason, it didn't upload them in order. They are put in. I made a Tai Chi playlist that's in order, but the way they were uploaded, it uploaded like the main one, and then 3, and then 5, and then 1, and then 4, and then 2, or something like that. It's really weird. Anyway, I'm going to study those. I've got parts 1 and 2 down. Of course, it doesn't take much because I used to know the whole form. I've just forgotten it. But we can work on that a little bit later on if you ladies want to. Or what do you think, Zoe? Would you rather warm up by reviewing the first part and then going on to the second part? What do you think, Zoe? I'll leave it up to you.
Maybe reviewing the first part and going over the second part.
Second part's not too hard. All right, so let's review the first part. That's a good warm up because it's basically our Tai Chi stuff anyway. All right. Oh, what do I have in my pocket? I have soap in my pocket because some days after I've been working out, I'm all smelly. So I go in the bathroom and I wash myself off a little bit with soap, and then I dry off the soap, put it back in the box, and then I had it in my cargo pocket, and I've been hauling it around with me for a whole day. So, okay. So let's review the first part. So I think this is where I started. Yeah. All right. So remember the ready position is this little circle up, hands on the table. And then your left leg comes in. You know what? I'll do it mirror image. So circle around, hands on the table, and then one. I should have started over here. And then 2. Oh man. All right, I'm not going to do it mirror image because it's screwing me up. I'll do it with my back to you.
Okay.
So here's the funky ready position, and then up and down, and then 1 kokunage, 2 kokunage, 3 kokunage, and then your huge kokunage, cheat step, left foot in front, huge kokunage. And then you'll keep your left in front for a palm strike, and then back, palm strike. This is kind of like a cobra striking. Cobra strike, then another cobra strike, then go back in chamber, start strumming the lute, step with your right, kick with your left, and boom. So let's try that much again. I'm going to scoot forward a little bit. There we go. All right, so our tabletop ready. Hands up, defensive posture. Kokunage. Chamber. Kokunage. Chamber. Kokunage. Cheat step. Left back in front. Cat stance, big kokunage. And keep your left foot in front. Cobra strike. Chamber. Cobra strike. Chamber. Cobra strike. And then start strumming the lute as you chamber. Cheat step. Kick. Left on top. Now you take your left foot back. Cat stance, kokunage. Back. Cat stance, kokunage. Back. Cat stance, kokunage. And then you step back. Chamber. Double palm strike. Back. Wrist escape. Back. double crane strike. And they're like bird speaks like this. And you're coming right down on these things. And then you turn, double palm strikes, back, wrist escape, back, double crane strikes. So let's start from here. We strum the lute, we end up here. So step back, cat stance, kokyunage. Step back, cat stance, kokyunage. And a third one, cat stance, kokyunage. Then you step back, palm strikes, escape, bird strikes. Then you just twist your feet, palm strikes, back, wrist escape, back, bird strikes. All right, this time I'm going to try to do it left-handed. Trying to do it mirror image. All right. So, mirror image. Tabletop. Defensive position. Kokyunage. Back. Kokyunage. Chamber. Kokyunage. Cheat step, huge kokyunage. And then cobra strike, back, cobra strike, back, cobra strike, back, strum the lute, cheat step, kick left. Then you step back, cat stance kokyunage, cat stance kokyunage, cat stance kokyunage. Then you step back, double palm strike, double wrist escape, bird strikes. And just twist in place. Double palm strike, double wrist escape, double bird strikes. What do you think, Zoe? Is that somewhat clear? And what do you think, Juby? You getting it any at all?
Yeah.
Cool. So you want to go over it one more time, or do you feel sufficiently warmed up to start our workout?
I think I feel warmed up.
And you know what? Wait a minute. Wait a minute. What was yesterday?
Yesterday was Tuesday.
And you know what? Yesterday we did a workout. Instead, we were supposed to do the pylons and twats, dude. That is my fault. This whole surgery thing has thrown me off. So we're going to set this aside, and we're just going to do pylons and twats today, G.
Okay.
At which you will excel. Then tomorrow we'll do our paw guys and twats, as we're supposed to. All right, so let's knock out that basic one. And careful with that mat. Don't slip on the mat, sweetie. You go whenever you're ready. I think Jubilee can follow along. Paddle. And short. Bravissimo. Let's knock out a twat.
You want me to count?
Yeah, go ahead, sweetheart.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Whack, whack.
I did a few with you, Zoe. Here were my push-ups. That's all I've got right now. The thing is, I can feel it start to press my tummy when I go down, and so I don't want to push it too much. I probably shouldn't even do that. All right, cool. Let's knock out B2, girl. There you go. Puddle. And show. Awesome as usual. All right, let's knock out us another twack.
One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Whack, twack.
Julio. Tell Ezra if she wants to, she can get on her uniform and do a few of these forms.
She said, yeah.
Okay, go ahead, Zoe. Ez, go ahead and grab a uniform.
I have some. She's feeling okay.
So, Juby, while Ezra's getting on her uniform, let's us go over Tai Chi form again. It's really good for me to practice a mirror image anyway. And you know what, Zoe? I'm going to leave the screen like this. Can you still hear me?
Yeah.
And I hope that Juby can too. All right, so here we go. I'm doing it left-handed. So tabletop ready. Defensive posture. Then we start with our left. Kokunage. Chamber. Kokunage. Chamber. Kokunage. Chamber. Sheet step. Huge Kokunage. Cobra strike. Chamber. Cobra strike. Chamber. cobra strike, start strumming the lute, cheat step, triangle stance. Then step back, right kokyunage, oh, cat stance. Step back, left kokyunage, cat stance. Step back, right kokyunage, back stance. Step back, double palm strike, chamber, two-hand escape, chamber, bird strike. Turn around and you're already in a chamber. Double palm strike, back, double wrist escape, back, double bird strike. Cool. And that's parts 1 and 2. Only 3 parts to go. Now I'm going to switch the scene. And there is Zoe again. Oh, and there's Ezra. All right, Ezra, why don't you knock out basic 3 for us? Super intense like a red belt, girl. Throw those arms right off your body. Chumi. Basic 3, Sicha. Paro. Bravissimo show. And then let's everybody knock out a thwack. I'll do the best thwacks that I can do.
One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Whack, twack.
I was doing what you call very careful nuclear bomb push-ups. All right, so Ezra, why don't you do Pyongan 1 for us? And Ezra, leave a little second, pause at each position because the video is really jumpy. So if you do a down block and pause, then we'll catch your position. Just make sure your knees are really bent because everybody's going to see your stance on each position. Okay, sweetie? All right, let's try it. Chumi. And si cha. Oh, did you see her do that full front stance? That was nice. High block. Paro. Show. Very nice. Now let's knock out another twack, and I'm going to do belt curls this time. You guys go ahead with your twack. I'm being very careful not to engage my core, which is bad technique, but it's the best I can do right now. I don't want to blow out my hernia. All right, let's see here. So we have Pyongyang 2, Pyongyang 3, Pyongyang 4, Pyongyang 5 to go. Hey, Ezra? We're going to split up Pyongyang 2, 3, 4, and 5. Which of those do you want to do?
Two, three, four, two. No, pick whichever ones you which ones are you get to pick two forms out of 2, 3, 4. Pyongyang 2 and Pyongyang 4. Pyongyang 3.
3 and 4?
Yeah.
Okay, so Zoe, go ahead and knock out Pyongyang 2 for us. Then we'll get Ezra back up for 3. And move that little aerobics mat. I don't want you guys to slip and fall.
The mat?
Yeah. All right, so PY2, girl. Paddle. Very nice. Love your high kicks, Zoe Schultz. All right, let's knock us out of twack.
One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Whack, whack.
All right. I did little baby core crunches that time, little bit at a time. All right, then I believe Ezra wanted Pyongyang 3 and 4, right?
Yeah.
All right, so go ahead with number 3, Ez. Chumbi. And remember to freeze at each stance so we can look at your super sharp bent knee stances. Ready, set, go. Nice. Nice. Very nice. Whoops. You broke into Pyongyang 5. Go ahead and start over, sweets. Paddle. Very Nice. Schultz. Good job, girl. All right, let's knock out some twacks.
One, one, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Whack, twack.
Good job. And I believe Ez also wanted to do Pyongan 4. Am I correct?
Yeah.
All right, Ez. Super sharp stances. Emphasize good stances, Ezra, and let's rock and roll. Here we go. Chumi. And Shicha. Pano. Schultz. All right, Zoe, would you do that one time? And Ezra, you watch her very carefully. I think you just need to kind of knock the rust, just knock the rust off of Pyongan 4 a little. So watch your sister very carefully. Go ahead, Zoe. Pano. And Schultz, very good. That'll help you remember the moves a little, Ezra. Did that help you remember the moves a little? Okay, good. All right, let's knock out a twack.
One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Whack, twack.
Cool. I did some wimpy belt curls. They gotta be wimpy. Otherwise, I'm gonna get in trouble from my doctor. All right, so Ezra did 3 and 4, so Zoe, you're up for 5. And Ezra, watch carefully so you can remember the moves, girl. And whenever you're ready, Sicha. and puddle, show. All right, so Zoe messed up a little bit at the end. She just got confused with Basai, but that is the whole cool thing about doing what we're doing. Ezra and Zoe and Juby, you guys are up super early in the morning before the rest of the world is even awake. So Ezra, you got to review your forms. When you screwed up on one, it was kind of rusty. Then you got to watch your sister do it. Zoe, you kind of were a little bit rusty on Pyongyang 5, but only on that move at the end. So now you just knocked the rust off of it. And Juby, I don't know how you're doing at home, but you guys are going to review and learn stuff just a little bit before everybody else is even awake. So you guys are trading a little bit of sleepyhead time for some knowledge of Taekwondo. And in the end, it will pay off. That little trickle of work, you don't have to work for 10 hours a day. You come in, do early morning workout for 45 minutes, dude, and you're done. And then you start and you have the same day everybody else does, except you are ahead. All right, I believe it's time for a twat. No?
One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Whack, twat.
Oh, you should see the wimpy crunches I'm doing while you're doing those knocked out twacks, dude. All right. Then we have Basai, which Ezra, you might want to go ahead and watch Basai, even though you're not currently working on it. You'll be working on it one day. All right, go ahead, Zogs. Puddle. Very nice. All right, let's knock us out a twacky.
One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Whack, twat.
Cool, I did some tummy-free lunges that time. And I tell you what, for our last form, to make it 10 forms, we'll go over our Tai Chi form again. What do you think, Zoe?
Sure.
All right. So I'm going to put it right there. There we go.
Can you still hear me or no?
Yep, I can still hear you. You still hear me?
Yeah.
Good. Okay, I'm going to do it mirror image. So I think I got the hang mirror image. I'm going to back up a little too. Maybe about right here. All right, tabletop ready. Left leg out, defensive posture. Then left kokunage, chamber and go. Chamber and right. Chamber and left. Cheat step. Cat stance, huge kokunage. Then start with a right cobra strike. And a left cobra strike. And a right cobra strike. Strumming the lute. Cheat step, left kick, triangle. Step back. Cat stance kokyunage. Step back. Cat stance kokyunage. Step back. Cat stance kokyunage. Step back. Double palm. Chamber. Double wrist escape. Chamber. Double bird beaks. Turn and keep your legs the same so you're already chambered. Double palm, back, double wrist escape, back, double bird's beak. Then what it's going to be is you're going to turn this way and do these things. Big rolling ocean waves, which is going to end something like this. Then you're going to do these cotton balls, big clouds. Then we'll change back to the ocean waves. And in there again, we'll do something else. That's a little sneak peek into our next Tai Chi. All right, so I think if we do one more twack, that'll be 120 push-ups for today, right?
Yep, I think.
Cool. I'm going to do some more belt curls. Wimpy belt curls. All right, whenever you're ready, girl.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Whack, twack.
All right. I don't even know if I should be doing these things, but I have to do something. My muscles are like hungry for stimulation. I guess you can call me a workout addict. All right. I hope that Juby is still with us. It says 3, which means me, Juby, and Zoe. So we ought to be good to go. All right, ask Ezra if she wants to come say goodbye with us.
Okay. Just a second. Okay.
Did Ezra go?
No, Ezra's right here.
Oh, okay. Yeah, get where we can see you, girl. Okay, you guys count it off. Since your audio's a little behind, I'll follow your audio.
Okay. We
are out of here. This has been a South Miami Taekwondo live stream with Master Jeff. Avoid practicing the techniques learned in live stream with Master Jeff. Drunk, stoned, sloshed, tipsy, buzzed, blotto, slammed, plowed, jolly, play-eyed, hammered, wasted, inebriated, or otherwise intoxicated. Watching live stream with Master Jeff, you acknowledge the possibility of and leave all liability for hematoma, laceration, occipital fracture, broken nose, acute mandibular dislocation, strained wrist, hyperextended elbow, broken ribs, bruising, awaiting care, sprains, fractures, dislocated shoulder, or concussion. All rights reserved. Unauthorized presentation and publication strictly prohibited.